Hey everybody, welcome to Module 2, Application, Newsroom, Class Culture, and News Writing. We got a lot going on this week, so I wanted to go over what to do. First, read chapters 2 and 3 in our lovely insider reporting book. Answer the questions over that, 400 to 600 words, and then on Friday, respond to a couple of your peers addressing their ideas on how to do classroom culture and doing the basic news and sports writing assignment. This is pretty much the foundation of how I run my journalism classes, and I think hopefully how to teach students how to get going on the basic news and sports writing story. Everybody always asks, like, what can't you do? We'll get more into that later, but the basics are no personal attacks, PG-13, and it has to have some value to our community so you can fend off the Facebook moms if they're always like, why are you writing about this? And usually there has to be some new research or something happening in the community, or if the sports team's won or lost or something like that is great. There's a whole bunch of story outline tips that I've shared with you, as well as exemplar examples. I'm always reminded of Ken Fusen, who I taught writing with at Drake Media Now, which I'm going to teach next week. I will be at Drake Media Now for any of the Des Moines people. Feel free to give me a shout out if you'd like to get together. It's always a fun week, but he was a brilliant writer for the Des Moines Register, and his main way that he taught, which I think is great, was reading his own stories, talking about them, using those examples. As most of the great writers that I've worked with, they're reading the New York Times, the Des Moines Register, not just for the news, but to learn how to take some of those structures and the writing style on that. A lot of nonfiction writing is very descriptive. So you want to write without your own opinion and describe what's going on in the who, what, how, where, why, and when. I do a lot of that in Foundations of Journalism, teaching students to do good descriptive writing and get the really good quotes. Great job last week on getting started on the New York Times style of interviewing. So now, as the writing, storytelling side of journalism, the other big part besides getting the quotes is being an observer, writing down those descriptions and understanding some story concepts there. Beyond the nuts and bolts of writing the story, there is class culture. And I do hope that you guys take a look at the presentation that I created with Mitch Eden, who recently retired. He is right here, and we presented this a few years at national conferences. And he ran an amazing program down at the Kirkwood Call in St. Louis, and culture is so huge. Beginning it off, marrying, have some fun with getting your team building. I know the theme at Media Now this week is journalism as our varsity sport. And I definitely like to consider myself kind of like Kirk Ferentz or other varsity coaches as I'm doing this. It's always good to celebrate your victories, get to know each other, open and close groups, which I'll share that resource. Open is just where everybody knows each other. They know how to solve problems. They know how to work through things. None of this is going to eliminate problems. It's going to be problems at any group and organization trying to do something. But life is a group project. T-shirts are always really good. I love seeing my students wearing T-shirts around team bonding, summer camp games, execs planning the year, coming in early, talking to you, make sure they start off. I try not to say too much at the beginning of the year. Make sure that the underclassmen know that it's not me that's in charge. It's the seniors that are in charge. Stickers, have them do stuff for their space to kind of make it their own. And a lot of celebrations for sure. Be involved in homecoming, do a lot of that stuff. And this can apply to theater groups, alumni, anything can all be part of building culture. I'm going to have some of my former graduates come in and talk at the beginning of the year, this year, about what they're doing and how this is, real life skills that can lead to jobs later on. And that tradition never graduates. It can come back and do great things for your program. Here's another coaching philosophy. for sure, the Success Pyramid of John Wooden, and really trying to get them to strive to greatness. I know I was at a summer solstice party where they were talking about a school abroad that didn't have a very high quality journalism going on. And I think that instilling student leadership and that they're publishing it to an audience and you're representing the school are all sorts of great things, as well as showing them examples of what really good journalism is. This kind of goes back to the Pulitzer and the prizes and the different levels of journalism and always pushing them to strive to the highest quality of journalism. All right, so we have a lot going on this week. Get through chapters 2 and 3, learn a little bit about newsrooms, basic outlines of news writing, and also class culture. Can't wait to hear your ideas on them and look forward to commenting on them on Thursday and Friday. Happy 4th of July. Have a great week. If you are running into any problems or anything else like that, just make sure and shoot me an email, give me a shout out, and we can work something out. All right. Have a great week, everybody.